Hey, so I was thinking about what I could draw in SketchUp to further educate myself and also to provide something useful. And something that I've had a hard time drawing in 3D was how I build sawhorses, because the way I angle the legs, it's not something I can precisely do unless I do trigonometry. So I think I'm going to use SketchUp, and I'll be able to draw a line and then use the rotate tool to line the legs. So let's start. This is 2023 Pro, and don't need a spectator. And what I'm going to do is some of these things, like I'm on the Medic BIM program. Some of this stuff might be subscription, some might be one-time purchase. I don't remember. But I really like what he's done. And one of the things here, like this grid, this is pretty helpful because it gives me a surface area to draw on, and it's already predefined by size. And the nice thing is sometimes it's hard to make something snap to the ground, whatever this is. You see where my cursor is spinning, this area. But with the grid, you have something to snap to, and then you can just delete it later. So what I'm going to do is show you how I'm going to show you the whole process, because also, let's see. I'm going to push the up arrow, and that locks the, I don't know what some of these terms are called, but whatever. I'm now locked to where I'm going to be on this plane in this orientation. And then I look down in the corner, and it says 2 5/8 by 1'5". So let's see. Let's make these sawhorses. I'm just thinking, because sometimes, like, I would take 8-footers and stack a whole bunch of rafters on there and just cut my way through. But why not? Let's do it. Let's go 3.5, 96. And then we're going to go push-pull, come up 1.5. And immediately, spacebar, triple click. Well, that didn't triple click. Triple click to get everything. Or, you know what? I've seen the guys on the SketchUp YouTube just grab the whole thing like that and then hit G for group, because I'm not making a component. And then while we're at it, let me bring this tagged list over here. That's way too long. Hang on a sec. My other monitor is a lot bigger, so I'll bring it over shorter. Something I've got into the habit of is immediately tagging or labeling or whatever. So what I'm going to do is create a label, and this will be, I guess, just 2x4 for now. And if you wanted it in any kind of order, you need to put something in front of this so that you could sort it by name. And then what you do is you click on this little tag symbol and then click on what you just created. And then you have to hit spacebar to unlock. That's when you see that space, that's me hitting spacebar so that it unlocks being attached to anything. So now this 2x4 is sitting right at 0 elevation. And what I'm going to do is raise this so that the top is 34 inches is about right. 32 is a little low, 36 is a little high. So 34, and what I do is I'll hit the M button, and I'll go to this upper, see that little grip right there? Click on that, and then click the up arrow so it locks that orientation. Start moving, and then just stop moving. I've already clicked and let go, so I'm not even touching anything. And then I'm just going to come over and type in 34, enter. Scroll wheel out. And so there's the top of my sawhorse. Okay. Now I'm going to make an I-beam. So I'm going to hit M for move, and then the Option or Alt key. And see that little plus that it added? I can't really click it, but if you look right where my cursor's orbiting, there's a plus. Well, that means it's going to make a copy. Oh, and there's another way to do this. Oh yeah, I just learned this the other day. So I'm going to hit escape and space bar. So I'm not in the M plus. I'm going to try this. You ready? So click on the object, hit the letter Q, come down here to this corner and hit, before you click on anything, do the Option Alt, and now you get the plus again. So instead of having M plus, now I've got rotate plus. And when you see that yellow, that's the left arrow. If you really want to lock it so it can't accidentally change orientation. So then I'll click, I'll come over here a little ways, I'll click again, and then I'll start pulling down until it snaps in the vertical plane. And I've just created a second 2x4. Now, if you can tell, it's offset, but we're going to fix that. Something weird about SketchUp, if you scroll past something on either side with your cursor, it rockets out of the view. Man, you just shoot right past it. But if you scroll with your cursor right on a 3D object, it's a lot slower. And then what's absolutely insane is if you get inside the geometry, it's like molasses. You could scroll and scroll and scroll, and it takes forever to get out of the geometry. So there's some kind of weirdness going on there that should be looked at. So and I'm going to hit move, and it gives me a center point at the top, a midpoint. I'm going to left click, come over here to the middle of this, boom. All right, so there's that. Now, I want to show you the flip tool, but I'm going to have to draw a plane and just set it over to the side, I guess. So let's do that, because the flip tool is okay, but it doesn't always work the way you would think. Like I can make the flip tool work right here and then just drag the part down to where it goes. But I've noticed on a house, I created a bunch of flat planes off to the sides and at 45-degree angle or whatever angle I needed to be, you know, flipping along. So I'm going to do that right now. So that's going to be the R tool for rectangle. We're just going to do this. We're going to triple click it. Well, that grabbed the grid too. That's no good. There we go. So there, it's all highlighted. G, I'm going to grab it here, M, bring it up here to the midpoint right there. And then to get this out of the way so we're not worried about it, we're going to hit this right arrow so that it keeps us in that plane. So now watch this. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to highlight this. I don't know if I have a shortcut button for flip, but see how it wants to let you flip in the midspan of the object, in the center line of the object, or in the center line there. But I really wanted it to flip in the midspan of this vertical. So that's where we made this. Oh, and you know what I didn't do? Watch this. Every button here, if you click on it and then you click on flip, if you hit the Option Alt, you get the plus, and that's what you want. You want the plus. And you come over here, boom. So now it's made a copy, and it flipped it exactly in half of the center beam, or this part of the side beam. So there's the main part of the SawHorse. Now I'm going to make some legs. And for now, we're just going to make them 36 inches long. Let me think about this. I'm going to make one 24 inches long. Uh, 3.5. So when you look at it over there, the bigger number was the first, and so that's going to be the length, and then comma 1.5. What? Okay, well, no, I was wrong. And there went my grid. So I suppose I could lock this. Right click, lock. Yeah, there we go. Then I can get rid of this. What I expected was if I draw like this. Okay, so the 3.5 is on the left, and then 2 foot. So I want the shorter side, which would be 1.5 first, and then 3.5. Boom. Then P for push pull, come up 24. So that's another thing that's kind of weird. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, G. a thing that's weird about this is sometimes you draw a rectangle and one direction comes first, and then you draw it again somewhere else, and it's the opposite way. So I don't natively understand the how that works. You know, like, is it always based off of the red, green, blue Cartesian coordinate system? I don't know. All right, enough babble. So then I'm going to hit the L tool for line. I'm going to draw from there. Left click, let go, come down to here. Left click, there we go. So we've got an angle. And the problem is I always leave this square cut and I jam it in here and then it sits tight here. And that's going to be the problem. I'm going to have to figure out how to... So there's that. And then we're going to go rotate. So what is that, Q? And then you go, yeah, yellow, down and over. So I got the right angle, but now I need to bring it down so that this flat surface touches this corner. So maybe, yeah, but you know what's going to happen? As soon as I do that, this angle's going to change. It's going to be a problem right here. This is the issue that I had before with all the different CAD apps. Because if I go like this, then I move down. So that works and that works, but now that doesn't work. So now I got an angle difference. I got to swing the angle out more. So, and this becomes like an infinite, it's like dividing by half. You know, you never get to the end. Because now I'm going to go from here to there. And then I'm going to take this and go Q, yellow, there, there, there. And now I'm stuck with that. So there comes a point where I'm dealing with less than a 1/16 of an inch. But still, it bugs me. It bugs me that, you know, this feels janky. I could do it with, I think I could do it with circles. I think if I did where a circle intersected another circle, and it's only because of this thickness. If this was just a single face plane, then it would go exactly from in that corner to exactly right there. But it's not because of this. So we're going to do this one more time, and this will take us down to being so close that I'll be able to hit this with my hammer hard enough that I could make the wood deflect, and we would have no problems. So here we go. This will be the last one I do. Q, up arrow. I mean, not up arrow, my bad. Left arrow. Click there. Got to zoom way in because it may, don't get into the geometry. Boom, boom. We can get rid of this line. If I can click on it, it's not letting me. I don't understand. It's not letting me get that line that I just drew there. All right, well, so you see how it's still sticking in there? But we're going to try and dimension this just so I can see what my tolerance level is. It says almost 0. Okay, so there you go. Yep, that'll have to do. And then I need a plane that's in the center of this. I wonder if flip will work for this now. So we'll go flip. Option Alt. See, it's not letting me get the center of any of these. I want to flip it over to the other side of this I-beam. but it's not letting me. So here we go again. We'll copy this. I'll paste it over here somewhere. We'll highlight it, take the Q, go left arrow, boom, over, up. Come on. Snap vertical. There you go. And then move. Okay, and then we're going to get this out of the way. It doesn't have to be this size. You know what I mean? Like this doesn't have to be as big as it is. So now I can go flip plus right there. There's a leg. Now, normally what I do is I'll cut 1.5 inches off the bottom. So that means I got to move my legs. So let's go here and here. M. Start down that way. Let's do, let me think about this. 3 inches. There's that line. Don't need that. And so what I do is, let's do that. I will draw, I don't know how far that over that is, so I'm just going to draw a rectangle right here on the blue axis. And since it's 3.5 and 1 3/4, I'm going to go 3.5. I'm just going to leave it blank, hit comma, 1.5, enter, push pull, go up and remove it. Okay, perfect. So that's how the bottom's going to look. And while I'm here, let's see what the 3D warehouse has for boom. Hey, this one looks kind of cool. 33 kilo. Ooh, yellow. I have a thing for really bright yellow. I don't know what my problem is, but all right, so there's that. Let's see, I need to go Q. It's not, come on now, really? All right, well, you know what? We can do that. If we're going to go blue, let's rotate it that way then. Sure. And then we'll do yellow. Oh, that's no good. How come there's only letters on one side? That's pretty lame. I'm going to try another one. They've got this fixed where it goes back to where you left off. It used to not do that. I want this one. Okay, so then, yeah, it used to go back to just a blank window. And it's like, oh, come on. I need yellow. And I was like, this sucks. I need to go back and try something else. Look at that. So this one's better. It has no numbering on it, but at least has calibrations or tick marks on both sides. So now I'm going to grab, let's see. What's nice is you can come in from any angle. Well, let me actually use the space mouse because look how smooth that is. I'm going to go move, grab that point there. And I'm going to snap it. Right there. Okay, so that's how that fits. Put it on either side, don't really care. In fact, I make both ends the same. So let's do one more of these. We'll go copy, paste. We'll rotate it. And since this is just a face by itself, go up arrow. It has no depth, which is really cool. Come on now. Let's go yellow. And then let's go red. And I'm going to go, what do I hear? The puppies are out there acting crazy. Oh, sometimes, man, it's so hard to focus. When you have 6-month-old Labrador mixed puppies, they are a handful. Lots of love, but holy moly. So I'm going to pull this back here. That way I can go like, well, let's fix this while we're here too. And I'll fix this one this way. I'll just do R from there to there on the, I think that's the red edge. Yeah. Because there's the red line going up and down. And then I'll just type in 3.5 comma and enter. So there's, 3.5. Duh. Let's undo that. I want to come over 3 inches. So the red, and we'll go 3 comma, boom. Push pull all the way through. Cut that off, boom. And then space bar, and then click off on something else. So now we're going to work on this side, get it all done correctly. The other thing that I like to do is I'll put 2 sets of blocks, one across under here and one down here. So let's see, what can I do? Because I want to cut them off too. This is how I do it. So rectangle, boom. Let's do blue up arrow. Let's just make a couple of random 2x4s. So comma 1.5, enter. Push pull 3.5, enter. And then we're going to go triple click G. And I'm going to go move from the center of this to the center of this. And then look at that. That's perfect. And then I'm going to go M option, click vertical, bring this down somewhere around here. It's not, let me see, what am I at right now? Let's go 9 inches just to give it a number. Then we'll come over here and we'll go triple click so that I can get into the sticky geometry. I need this to snap. There it is, that little X. I need it to go to there though. I'm not understanding. There it is, that X. Then I can go P. There's that side. Do the same over here. 1, 2, 3. Line. And sometimes, see that X? That's where I want it to be an X. Because sometimes if it's just this little square, look, it could be anywhere. But there it is, X, boom. And then immediately go to P. And I'm using a Stream Deck too. So some of these shortcuts, I'll try to use the ones that the mouse does, the cursor, so that you can see where they are. But they're just shortcuts, hotkeys or whatever. And because it takes it just takes time to, hundreds of times you move your cursor to go get an action. And you can either program buttons on a mouse, or you can find some other way, or you can just come up to the toolbar and click them. But the Stream Deck's awesome because you can, come on now, you can you push a button and it's like, you can have multiple key bindings. Like every time I tell you I'm doing something and then I hit the Alt option, I've already got that built in to where I just push one button and I get that action. I don't have to hit M and then Option. I just push this one button on the Stream Deck and it does both of those. So that's handy. It just adds up the number of times you click on something over time. So what I do here, if you're wondering, okay, why do you do it like this? Well, we're not done yet, but a lot of the saws that I have a rafter hook, skill saw, so I can hang the hook right over this, and then the saw is not on the ground. It's kind of elevated, so it's, or if you don't want to do this, always set your saw up under here, because this is like a protected area, because things are going to slide off your SawHorse and you don't want them landing on your saw. And the final thing that I do, let's see how we're going to make this work. This hasn't turned out too bad. This is where I'm going to use Medic's trim and extend tools. They're awesome. Oh, go see me. Go out the garage door. So yeah, I've got a big dog and 2 puppies, and the puppies get him a little excited because they're always energetic. So let's see, what was I going to do? Rectangle, blue. Let's just randomly go. Let's just go short. I'll show you why. Because he's got an extend tool. This is Nathaniel Wilkerson. He is the creator behind Medic BIM, and so he's got some pretty cool tools. If I sound like I'm a little bit off, it's because I have to. My monitors are in my way. I have to raise up to look over into the front yard to see what the dogs are doing. Q. It looks like red is the side I want. Start over this way. Start rotating. Type in 45 degrees. Boom. There we go. Now I am going to place that bottom right here. And I'm going to place it right here. Okay, so you see how we're going to turn on X-ray, and you're going to see that it's actually penetrating into this 2x4. So that's not realistic. So there's a couple ways I could do this. I could double click this, or triple click it, and then draw a line down here, and then push pull this piece off. Or Medic has, where's it at? Medic Tools Trim. I don't know what Trim 2 or Trim 3 does. I haven't experimented, but Trim, you pick the surface you're going to trim, the trimming plane, and then as soon as you barely move, it becomes all green. And then you trim, I wonder if I could see that. Yeah, see, I can't tell if, there it goes, remove. Ready? See, I'm trying to trim inside, and that's going to be a tough one. So, like here, I'll show you. If we do this, triple click this, and then push pull, and let's say this stuck out here, then I could go turn off X-ray, go to the Medic trim tool, turn that surface into the trimming. Well, come on. Let's start all over. Come on. What are we doing, folks? Oh, come on. Look, it's not what I wanted. I don't know what this is. Well, you saw it here live, folks. Oh, did it just take everything away? Huh. Go away. All right, so here's what I want. Wow, you know, this is the stuff that just kills me. So trim this face, turns green, come over here, hit remove. Boom, done. Look at that. So his trim tool works when you're not in the sticky geometry. You have to have it grouped or componented, and then pick a face, and then it trims it to that. Now, here's the other way. I'm going to go, I don't need to pick that yet. There, we get out. Okay, so let's do extend, and that's also up here. Tools, extend. Click on this surface, it turns green, and then the magenta, click there, and then look at what it does. Look how awesome that is. So that's exactly how I want it, except it's not lined up in the center. Why is that? Is this wider than 3.5? Somebody's wrong here. Yeah, that's not even 3.5. That's... What happened? Why did that happen? Well, easy fix, because I know these are 3.5. I must have been sloppy with my, what do you call it? So I can just use the inference, I believe is what they call this. It's very cool. All I did was I highlighted it, made it where I could work on its face, and then I did push-pull, and then you just drag over until you're on another's face, and look at that. And I'll bet you, hit the letter T for tape measure. Let's see. I'll bet you it's 3.5 now. Look at that, 3.5. Okay, so that's how, and then here's where I will put in a couple nails straight up to where I start down here, and then they go up into the bottom of this. And this is a long one. I only make horses this long if I'm cutting a lot of roof. And the backstory behind this is I've actually processed a whole lift of 2x6 16-footers on 2 horses, and they hold the weight perfect, no problems. It was muddy, so they sunk into the mud a little bit. So here's what we're going to do now is to get the legs the right length. We're just going to see if we can highlight this, unlock it, and we will use the Medique extend. I wonder if he'll let me extend to his grid. Nope. Okay, well, goodbye, grid. I'll have you extend to a rectangle. Thank you very much. Oh, come on. I haven't let go of the mouse yet. Oh, yeah. See how it was flipping between red and blue? That's why it's good to use the... I'm trying to think and work here. That's why it's good to use the arrow keys. So now what I'm going to do is Medique extend, click, and you have to move. If you just click and just sit there, it doesn't go all green until you move your cursor a little bit. And then I'm going to go boom. Oh, what is this? Hold on. Why is this not down here where I need it? Oh, and look, it does this sort of weird thing too sometimes. So let me back out. Let's get rid of this. Actually, yeah, delete this. I wonder why it picked that elevation. That was very strange. 1, 2, 3, group. I was wondering why it was so close to the bottom of the horse legs. So Medique extend. There's that. Move the cursor. It turns green. Click on this, that goes down. Click on this, that goes down. All right, so the legs are good. Get rid of that. And then I've drawn everything the way it's supposed to be over here. So then I can go this, shift, this, 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 this. I can either leave them individual or group them. Okay, is there somebody walking? Out the garage door, bud. I'm going to group them. I'm going to hit flip. And then hit this one. Boom. Oh, I did it again. See, okay, I use flip plus as a button on the Stream Deck. I totally forgot to hit the option. So Command Z, undo, flip, option, make a copy, then hit this. That's what I wanted. All right, there we go. Don't need these. I guess I could just delete them. They're not really critical. All right, so now you can, when you build this, I just do nails down the center and I sink them pretty deep so that I don't accidentally cut into them. But I'm always cutting on something that's protecting the horse, like a throwaway piece. So not a big deal. But 3-inch or 3¼ inch 131s or 148s. Sometimes I'll even use glue. And then at the top, I just shoot straight in horizontally down here somewhere so that it catches in here from both sides. And also the same thing here, horizontally into this bottom piece. So now the legs are attached. Any weight on this thing is pushing straight down, and it's mechanically going through the top of this leg. And then these horizontal stretchers, they hold everything from coming apart. And if you wanted more support, you could actually, let's just do this. Let's go, first you want to explode, and then explode. Okay. So I'm going to take this and this, and I'm going to move them vertically down. Let's see where are we at here, 6. So I went 9 originally. Let's do 7, so that'll be 16 inches down. And then I'm going to use, let's see if Medix works on this, because if I double click this or triple click this and try to use the push pull, it's going to push pull perpendicular to this angle, so it'll be all wrong. In fact, I'll show you what it'll look like. Just so that you can see what Medix does is so helpful. So that's totally wrong, right? Then you got to come over here and do it again to get this part to come down to some useful length. Then you got to go 1, 2, 3, line tool over to there, push pull, push in, kill. Then you have a leftover line. You got to go click on that, delete that. Then you got to come do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, line tool there, P for push, push it in, space bar, boom, there. Okay, so there's that way of doing it. And I'm hoping that Medix Extend actually works. So there's that. Click on it, move your cursor, come over here, hit this. Look at that. Look at that. That's just awesome. So let's do another Medix Extend. Click, move, green, rotate, pick, boom. Oh, see, now it does this sometimes. I don't understand why, but sometimes it does this. So you have to go undo. And none of my objects are components. See, the second time around, it's fine. Totally fine. So what I'm going to do is delete this. Delete this. Oh, I got rid of that halfway house thing. No, you know what? I'll just leave it. So there's your options. You can either have it up high or down low. If you don't think you're going to hang a saw on there, then sometimes you can put this flush to the inside. That works. Let me just show you what that looks like. Just so, I mean, when you're walking around these things all day long, you're going to hit your legs on parts of it. In fact, that's why I cut the 1.5 inches off the bottom, because you wouldn't believe the number of times if you just slid your framing square in there, it sticks out 1.5 inches right here, and you come by and your bags would hit it, and it would, scrape against your nail bags or get hooked up or whatever, and it's just frustrating. So if you can recess it in there, it just gets it out of the way. But what I want to do now is let's do Medix trim. I want to trim to this angle, right, this part right here. Move the cursor, come here, click on, there's that one. And then same thing here. I need to unselect that. Oh, excuse me. This is turning into a longer video than I expected. All right, and then we're going to grab this and this. Might as well group them. And we're going to hit move. Click here. And the yellow. Slide it that way till it inferences with the surface. And there's that. So now this is smooth, and you would nail in this way. I used to get really crazy, and I'd make these out of pressure treated, but pressure treated, when it dries out, or if it's in the sun a lot, they'll twist, and you'll get horses that are just goofy. After about 2 or 3 jobs, the whole idea of using pressure treated just goes away. You can make these out of standard lumber. They can get rained on. They'll last you like 6 months. The optimal size is what fits in the length of your bed of your truck. So I used to have 4 of them that were 6 feet long, and they fit perfect. You just lay them in upside down, upside up, upside down, upside up. There are guys online that will build horses that are foldable, stackable, and that's cool, and that's awesome. I found this to fit the need that I needed, and I actually had mine down low like this because in my mind I thought I'm putting a lot of weight right here in the middle, and I'm going to cause some deflection here. So if I can maximize that deflection to push against this and lock the legs from moving, it just all kind of helps like a triangle. So there you go. And now you could dimension this. I think the dimension tool, it needs some work in in SketchUp, because I don't even know if that's on angle. Let me see. Yeah, it is. So there you go. There's your legs. Oh, I wonder. Let's see if we can get an angle on this. Where's that? What? No, see, that's not it. It's not the rotate tool. What is that? Protractor. Boom! I need that as a shortcut. The protractor. So it would be 90 minus this. Where's the angle? When did it even show me a number? Come on, man. Protractor. Yellow. Oh, over there. Okay, I got you. So 90 minus 72, so 17.4 degrees, I guess. Okay, but see, you know what? I want the dimension. I want the angular dimension right there. So I guess it's kind of hard to create dimensions because like this dimension is always facing the screen. See how it rotates, and you can see it facing me at all times. And it's the same with the little human they put here, the avatar. It always faces you. So I guess dimensioning in 3D is just weird, because in 2D, man, all this would be so easy. I guess I need to study layout too, because layout takes a little bit of time. But there you go. So you could probably, if you didn't want, you could probably go away with that, because I've done that before too. The, what do you call it? The framing square, it fits over there just fine. But anyways. Oh, you know what? Those legs. This whole setup is off. So wherever I had that center located, I'm just looking at it. It needs to go this way. Let's just click somewhere and go yellow, 1.5. Enter. There you go. That's more correct. I was looking here and I noticed that the framing square would stick out because this block is out there, but there we go. That's how it's supposed to be. All right. Well, there you go. Hope that was fun for somebody. It doesn't have to be. You can You can do a lot with SketchUp, so I'll try and, I don't know, if y'all like the verbalization of the keys I'm doing, the software I'm using is, what is it called here? Clean Shot?